YouTubers, hey, welcome back. Okay, so I just did the daily reading. If you didn't get to watch it yet, watch it, okay? Because now I've been guided to do elemental signs in regards to the daily. Because there is something going on with this communication between these soul connections. And, you know, I've just been guided in order to do the elements so that we can figure out, you know, what is going on, peoples? It's driving me bananas, okay? There's so many people out there that want to communicate with each other, yet they're not. And it's all fear-based. And what caused the relationship to fall apart is fear, okay? Fear of the unknown outcomes based off of past residual energies from, you know, childhood, past lives, going back to karmic relationships. Those karmic relationships aren't working out. And now it's like, all you can think about is this person that you met that really lit a fire in you to want to just be a better person altogether. But you haven't stopped thinking about this person the whole time. Even in the karmic relationship. Because you're using that person, like, what I'm being, like, picking up on and everything is that the karmic relationship was a comfortability. So we go back to the karmic relationship because I know this person for however long, it was comfortable, but I met this other one, and that's the one. Right? Right. So this is going to be for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Where you're at. If you're wanting to know about a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, masculine, feminine, doesn't matter the energy, in relation to your element, it will come out in cards. But this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and what's going on with them. And this communication, okay? Sun, Moon, and Rising also, I feel like I need to say that, because some people are like, is this for Sun, Moon, and Rising? Yes, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And later today, I just was nudged. I'm going to do Venus signs, just Venus sign element. But this is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in regards to this communication off the daily I just did for Saturday, May 12th, or 13th, my bad, right? What the hell's it doing? 13th. Again, remember. It doesn't really matter. This moment right now that you're watching this, how about that? You find this on the 16th, it's for you. Alright, bottom of the deck. Yeah, true love. You know it is. I'm not even mad. I'm just, like, frustrated because I'm like, all these partnerships need to come together and there's just something blocking all of it. Alright. Just like that. Alright, let's get a pathway. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, where are you at right now on this path? What is going on with your mindset, your heart? Who are you thinking about? Who are you wanting to communicate with? So that this other element knows. Guys are driving me bananas. Bananas. I also want to just, like, thank all of the subscribers and people who have been emailing me with their kind words. Thank you very much. I'm glad that these messages do resonate with people. I'm sorry for the audio. Somebody said that they couldn't hear me. I apologize. I have my volume up the whole way, and I do have my headset in. You know, I'm always using my headset because I become fearful that my laptop here isn't going to pick up my voice, so I'm probably just going to have to get a wireless headset. Nope. No. whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Okay, check it. Alright, listen. I can't. I'm done. I just need these two cards. Like, honest to God. But I'm going to keep going. And if you can see the cards already, and you know how I am to read them with a message, but I keep going with what I know, then you already know. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That'll be it. We're going to get this one. Okay? I just made an affirmation. I'm going to be able to figure out how to put the cards in front of the camera without being off of the camera. Okay, here we go. This is a fire energy. Okay? So, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy in relation to a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So if you are a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this could be part of your chart, or this is a person that you are wondering about, okay? And or the person watching this, your fire sign, as of this moment, because we don't know how many other elements are going to be here. Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, this is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but at the bottom of the deck, I have a fire energy. So, that could be in Gemini, Libra, Aquarius' chart, or your fire sign watching this about a air sign. Okay? Do this here. I already know. Yeah. Yep. 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 Alright, listen. This is where this card fell before these are so you can keep that there. These two cards fell, and I don't know what they are. These two cards fell face down on top of these romance single cards. I do not know what the romance single cards are at all. And this card flew out over here, and I was told to leave it over here. I'm not going to flip that over yet either. Okay, so let's do this. First one. Make the effort. Yep. Travel, communication. Somebody could live at a distance from a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Healing needs to take place. This is definitely involving other people. This person has stirred your romantic feelings. And that magnetic connection, can't break it, told you. Listen to the daily. I'm telling you right now, okay? From what I'm seeing right here, we got major shifts happening with communication. It is a desire, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is a desire that you want, okay? But there's also a stubborn energy here, okay? So either Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is dealing with a stubborn energy and you guys are the ones that need to just go for it, or you have Aries in your chart also, Gemini, which really makes sense on why you would be the one that's stubborn. There's also, so far here, again, this is Earth energy, so there could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn also involved with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could be in your chart, or this person has this in their chart also. These other two romance single cards here. I told you, divine timing is at play. Faith and trust in the unfolding. Okay, let me tell you something right now. If you are dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and they got fire in their chart, this person is not, they're waiting. But if you are dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they are worth waiting for. Yep, for certain. And at the bottom of the deck, you got true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is your true love. But at the same time, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius believes that the person that they have met is their true love. And very soon, what I said, communication, you need to make a definitive decision on this communication, okay? Because this is indicating that divine timing might be at play here, and it is in the forefront, okay? So we got to make the effort, but divine timing is at play here, okay? And this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that you're inquiring about thinks that you're worth waiting for, but you do too. So the thing is that there needs to be trust and faith in the unfolding of this, but somebody needs to open up the communication lines, whether it be you need to get your butt to the person, or communication just needs to take place. But the biggest issue here is that this person stirred your romantic feelings. We know this for certain, okay? Because you're feeling this way because of this person. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius feels this about you. Doesn't matter, vice versa. And there are some past issues, and it may be with family members, that there's definitely other people who were involved in the unfolding of this, and this person stirred your romantic feelings and you feel like chemistry, okay? Point blank period. And yeah, this is the one. You already met this romantic partner, okay? So, I mean, this is not, the cards don't lie, and I don't either, okay? I'm an intuitive, so I already know. But this is true love, and very soon, okay? You need to get your butt, because this is the romance. This is the romance of a lifetime, and this is the person. Stop questioning yourself. Go. Transitioning. I feel like I was so tough. These are 5-star readings. No, but seriously, there is so much worry and anxiety over this, but what has been going on since you guys parted is a transition within yourself to stop living your life based off of others, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with a person who's inquiring for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're going through a transition too. Now, these two cards that fell, let's see. Victory. Victory. Victory over this loss and deception, the lies, the hurt, the third parties. There's victory over it, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Stop worrying so much. Stop worrying. I know you're hurt. I know you're hurt. You want to know why I know you're hurt? Because look at this. This is the first card to fall out here. And what did it fall out next to? The soulmate card. But this is also faith, trust, and compassion in the unfolding of this. All right? Because okay, listen. These two cards fell out here, okay, like this. We got the victory card first. So, through making the effort to let go of all of this, okay, because divine timing is at play, but yet the divine has also been involved in this. So you need to have faith and trust that all of this that happened, okay, this person might have lied to a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius lied to you. They might have deceived you. You know, it could have all been, you know, just negative emotions that you both stirred up within each other. Because that's what happens in these types of connections. Okay, somebody cannot come into your life that fast and destroy your feelings, only unless they were magnetically connected to you. Understand? Okay? Because if there's no feelings involved, loving feelings involved with another person, they cannot hurt you. Right? Because it's been a learned thing here that love and pain are two the same. I'm here to tell you they're not. That's my mission, my job, my purpose. They have nothing to do with each other. We've been programmed to believe that. We have to earn love. We have to work for love. We have to work for validation. We have to have people be on our side in order to feel good. And when they're not, we feel bad about ourselves. Then we feel like we got to prove something to the world. You don't got to prove anything to anybody but yourself. Okay? So, all of this that happened that hurt a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius hurt you, was meant to happen. Why? Because it was a transition. It had to happen. And how it unfolded is because these two, and not just these two, but universal energies at play here. So you need to have trust and faith in how you feel and get this out of the forefront, because there's victory over it. Negative emotions, unfortunate events, fears, blocking the connection, okay? But this all was ignited by the soulmate, the transition. The setback here is because of other people, others trying to convince you that this isn't real. It's not real. They live too far away. Or, you know, we just, you know what happened the last time. It's going to happen again. You can't manifest this. But I'm going to tell you this right now. This person that came in your life stirred up all these emotions, and as I indicated before, if it wasn't real, you wouldn't have felt this pain, and it wouldn't have forced you to get moving, letting go of the past, getting on the road ahead. But other people, others' wishes and desires have been affecting this relationship. That's why there's a setback. That's why feeling fenced in and sick and tired of this unhealthy situation. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius are done. They want an effort made towards them, especially if they got fire in their chart too. I'll get there then. But what's underneath that fire, okay, is another element. And I pick up strongly that that element in Gemini, Libra, Aquarius are connected to that element. So the fire is more or less in the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius' chart because that fire energy is stubborn. They're like, Because Gemini, Libra, Aquarius will probably cut out of someone's life, or they cut you out. Again, you will know your position in this, but this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is what's going on with them right now. But they're feeling sick of this, okay? Because they intuitively know now, okay? Because Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses are air signs, so they're very, intuitive. And you might think that they're not, but they're a dual energy, okay? They can see all sides to everything, and they think a lot. Geminis, stuck in the head. Libras, very rational people. Aquariuses can seem to have no emotions whatsoever, but they're deep. Aquariuses are deep people, okay? They feel, things affect them. They're just not good at showing it, okay? Geminis are thinkers. They think through everything before they take an action. But you need to understand something. Air signs are not malicious. People say, oh, they gossip, this and that. They're just fun people. They just like to talk and have fun, okay? But at the end of the day, Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses are loyal as F. And people say, oh, Gemini men and this and that or whatever. They're flirts and stuff, but guess what? Gemini, Libras, and Aquariuses are afraid of? They're afraid of opening up because they don't feel like they're deserving. And they don't want to screw up. They don't want to feel pain. But guess what, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? They felt some sort of pain they never felt before in their life. So they are stuck up in the noggin, not knowing if they're suffering from psychosis or if this was real. How could it not be real? That's. But this person cut them deep. And they believe that this person is their soulmate. And if a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius ran from you, or just stopped talking to you, it was because they were afraid. That's what they do. They're afraid of their emotions. They're air signs. They're surface. But don't think that they don't feel deep, because they do. And they're going through a transition now. They're getting in tune with their emotions. But they're feeling fenced in and sick and tired of this unhealthy situation, because don't think that they don't know about other people screwing with this relationship. Okay? That's where this setback is. But they're tired of it because they know their feelings are real. The feelings you feel for this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, feelings you feel for the other person, they're real. They're real. Feelings are real. Feelings are the realest thing here. And here comes Apollo, the bringer of light. This is intuitive, this is psychic abilities, this is telepathic communication, but this is also bringing enlightenment to these feelings, okay? And don't think Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are not investigators, because they will figure it out. I told you they're thinkers. They're thinkers, they get stuck in their mind a lot. But guess what? They need factual information in order to understand how they feel. And if they've been doing anything in order to get answers, because they have not been in communication with this person that they feel these mutual feelings for, they know that they do by the pain that they feel. They know. Because they know they can't feel pain unless it's real. Unless the love is real. Because somebody that they may have felt in the past, I'm just going to touch on this real quick. If a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius was with someone in the past that they felt that they really, truly loved, but they got fed up with a situation with someone, okay? They can cut you out of their life and not feel anything for you anymore in that manner. They won't hate you, but they also won't feel any sort of love towards you either, okay? But this person that came into their life, it dug deep, and they feel so deceived. But they're going through this transitioning now and getting in tune with their feelings, and they are going to have victory over all of this. Because this was really tough for them. Trust me. So the thing is here, guys, listen, okay? So these feelings are mutual, okay? And there's been enlightenment to these feelings by the pain, okay? And now there needs to be action in order to change the social standing of this relationship, because it is minute. Now, let me tell you something right now. So again, I told you there's fire here. There goes the water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you are involved with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this is the person who is very emotional. And this is the person, I believe, ignited Gemini, Libra, Aquarius' emotions. And they are afraid. They are so afraid. They are like, how dare you come into my life and do this to me, and now you won't even contact me. And again, I think Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if you are not involved with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as a fire sign, this is in their chart, because they are stubborn as shit, okay? And they are like, I am not reaching out to you, Mr. Woman. You're supposed to be the emotional one. You are showing no emotions, and you stirred up mine. And this King of Hearts here, this is a masculine energy, and this is the feminine intimacy card. They want the truth, they want fairness, and they want honesty. Yeah. Two of Diamonds indicates finances, bringing finances together in this union, but at the same time, this is a need for independence, okay? So, this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and I'm going to do Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio next, okay? But this person right here stirred some emotions up, feminine intimacy. This is the feminine energy part. But this is a need for being truthful, fair, and honest with the way that we feel, okay? And this is a need for independence. Because there's this lack of communication right now, but what it's showing here is there is foundations being built within the other person opposite of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Because this person needs to completely end a cycle in their life in order to get into this new cycle. This is also movement, moving to a new home. This is financial stability. This could be a rented property also, okay? And that's why there's this lack of communication. That's why there hasn't been this communication coming in from this water sign, because they are working on themselves, okay? And they're completely ending something in their life in order to have this movement forward. And check it. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So understand, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there's a complete ending going on, okay? There's financial stability, but that's why there's lack of communication, because this water sign here is gaining their independence in order to be truthful and fair and honest with you about what's been going on here. Okay? Because I'm telling you right now, this is how they're feeling. This is how Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is feeling right now, whether it's masculine or feminine. They're like in the upside down with this new beginning because they're worried. They're hurt. Okay? But look, healing, steady improvements, and a second chance to redo this after this separation. Okay? And being stuck up in your head, thinking, stop it. Understand that. You know how you really felt in the beginning. You know you didn't do anything. You know you weren't deceiving. You knew your truth in the whole situation, and you're going to get the truth from the other person, and your efforts are going to be rewarded. Okay? Again, victory, victory, victory over what? Where is it? Yep. This pain, this third party, all this loss, deception, hurt, feelings that you have. That's all that matters. Stay with the truth in yourself and how you feel. And understand that very soon. The person that you met, the person that you thought was the one, they're going to take the action in order to change this. Because enlightenment is being brought not only to Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but also to the person who hurt you. Because the loving feelings are mutual. And now they're starting to understand through the transition here that that pain they felt, they couldn't have felt if this wasn't real. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I love you guys. You're my peeps, okay? And, you know, I love everybody, but, you know, I feel you. And I'll tell you this right now. Suffering, get out of your head. Understand that your feelings are real. Keep those feelings only with you. Let the hurt go, okay? Because it's going to work out, okay? The divine want to do this to you. All right, I love you guys.